Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah.
To Jannah.
Let's have a look at this headline that I saw on Sky News. The headline is Cost of Living Crisis. As most of you will probably know, in the UK, inflation is at a high and people are struggling with day-to-day things becoming more and more expensive, jobs becoming more and more difficult. It is an unprecedented time. So cost of living crisis pushing more women into sex work and unable to refuse dangerous clients. I've got a bone to pick with this headline. It says pushing women as if they're right at the border anyway, that you just need to give them a bit of a push and then that's it, mate. Yeah, I mean, why on earth is this even an option? People are banging on about women's rights, yeah, and feminism, mate. There's a reason why a lot of people have problems with feminism. Because feminism is focusing on the wrong things. It's the wrong answer to the right questions. And this is the right question, mate. That why on earth are women being driven to sex work? Well, firstly, mate, women have been hyper-sexualized. Anytime you are to sell something from a bloody toilet brush to a car or a shampoo, there's a naked woman in there somewhere.
Oh, but men need to control themselves, mate.
Hang on a minute right there. How can you be standing naked in front of me and I need to control myself, mate? And when men react to that, that's because we have the physiology that's been designed to procreate. When it rains, you don't say, yeah, we gotta stop the clouds and everything. You get an umbrella. So why is it with men? No. Men need to change, mate. Men need to change. That's feminism, mate. Yeah, they're doing everything with LGBT in this country, but it's not going to work. Why? That's because the system hasn't been created that way by the creator. Oh yes, he's there as well, yeah? And all the countries becoming more atheistic. So the second thing that needs to be considered is, in an proper Islamic relationship, or through the principles of Islam, men are the providers. Men are the providers. So if the man is providing, a woman is not going to be driven to do this. For those that are struggling to get married because they got multiple kids or whatnot, Islam also gives the option of polygamy. With regards to men being providers, you can see on the screen that there is peer-reviewed research to suggest that women are hypergamous, i.e. they marry or they get together with somebody that's higher than them in wealth and in status. In fact, there's another study that shows that women are more drawn to dominant men. Here's one that said that 62% admitted they secretly wished to become a housewife. And why secretly? Because 74% said they felt pressure from other women, i.e. the feminists, to be independent. 78% said they wouldn't mind being financially dependent on their partner. The whole system is flawed. I mean, even if we look at the way wealth is sought, yeah, let's look at this. Women breadwinners are more likely to quit their job when the number of children they have increased. Non-breadwinner men are less likely to quit their job as the number of kids have increased. So guys, there's a lot of this research, but in Islam, we value women because women are an integral part of maintaining society. You see, even in history, when they invade, they kill the men and the boys first. Why? Because they are going to be the ones that are fighting on the front line. Today, when you look at the ones that are, the men, even merely talking about masculinity. No, but it's toxic masculinity, that's the issue. No, even masculinity has come under the microscope.
For the first time in its history, the American Psychological Association released guidelines concerning men and boys, saying that so-called traditional masculinity not only is harmful, but could also lead to homophobia and sexual harassment.
So this whole notion of making women more promiscuous, we know that, again, the stats are there. By the age of 21, women in this country have at least had 9 sexual partners. That's a problem because men are not attracted to women with experience, as it were. It's just ridiculous. The whole system is just on its head. The word housewife has become a slur, has become an insult. So that the women are at work, the men are at work. Who's at home raising the kid? Some, international person that barely speaks the language and that's just there for a paycheck. They're not raising your kids. They are tolerating them. Of course, if the kids are not being brought up, the first 10 years are integral. If they are not being brought up properly, then of course it becomes a cycle. So those of you that are watching that aren't Muslim, or those of you that are Muslim, look at your role in life. Everybody's supposed to fulfill a role. Yeah, everybody has a role. You look at a workplace, the admin has their role, the cleaner has their role, the head of HR has their role, CEO has their role. Everybody has their role. So it's important, especially for Muslim women, to understand what the Quran teaches us.
No, we can't take this. Oh, that's the patriarchy, mate.
So you're saying, no, yeah, Allah created everything. He gave us a political system, economic system, but He stopped, and His system isn't enough when it comes to our homes, when it comes to gender roles. So may Allah give us the tawfiq to understand our religion and then help others learn it as well. Yeah, because the non-Muslim women, they're crying out for Islam. There's a reason why it's mostly women that are accepting Islam, because of headlines like this. Yeah, so we really need to introspect. May Allah make it easy. Let's leave it there. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.